You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. That was the Runaways. That was their version of Black Leather. And then before that, we had UFO, track called Sherry. And then Jimi Hendrix. Is that an earthquake? Dolly Dagger. We're getting noises coming from all angles this week. That's from the roof, right? Yeah. Hilarious. I feel like I'm Winston Churchill in Second World War in a bunker somewhere. Bleeding now. We have the Suicide Girls on the box, Missy and Sunny.
Hi, Jonesy.
Do I have to say suicide after your names?
You don't have to.
Like Missy Suicide and Sunny Suicide?
Those are our names.
Yeah, those are our names. But
so every girl's called so-and-so Suicide?
Yes. So
like the Ramones?
Yeah, so they have to take the last name, Suicide.
That's part of the deal?
Yeah, but we're friends, so, you can call us by our first names. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. All right. So what's going on? What you got? What you got going? I hadn't seen you forever. You came on Indie when we were back in the day.
I know. It's been a long time.
That has to have been at least, let's see, that was from 2003 to 2008 to 2006, 7 maybe. That's when you came on, and it's now, what is it? I forgot. 17?
17.
How many years is that? Boom, 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 boom,
It's
boom.
like 10,
Yeah.
9, 10.
Yeah.
I know, it's been forever.
It's a long time. And you're still doing it.
I'm still doing Suicide Girls, yep.
So it must be a lot bigger than it was. Is it a lot bigger than it was than when I saw you last?
Yeah, so now we have like 25 million social network followers, and
Are they all Suicide Girls, or you mean people just looking at
people
stuff?
just looking at our stuff? And,
Mainly dudes, or
no, it's pretty evenly split.
Even?
It's almost it surprisingly is slightly higher female.
really?
Mm-hmm.
And are they? What do you think the attraction is from other birds looking at it?
I think that it's girls that see women that look like them being celebrated as being beautiful, and there isn't a whole lot of places in media where you can find that.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why women like to see.
Is it mandatory to have tattoos?
No, we have a lot of girls that don't have tattoos.
But they have a certain look?
Yeah, it's a certain look. It's more about an attitude.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to give me?
I don't know.
No, but yeah, it's true though. We actually have. I actually have been a big fan of Suicide Girls for the last decade of my life, and I could have applied to be a Suicide Girls years ago, and I had no idea because of that misconception of having to have the tattoos, because these women are just so fierce, and they're being celebrated on all these new platforms that I just assumed that, I had to be alternative. You had to, have these tats and stuff. But we all know that that's not true. It's more about your lifestyle, the idea.
What is your lifestyle?
Well, for Suicide Girls in general, what we celebrate is the idea of like social suicide, and by what we mean by that is just really putting aside society's expectations of what not only what you should be doing with your life and your body, but also what the idea of beauty is, especially for women.
Girls who choose not to fit in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Outsiders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we all know that culture has obviously become slightly more mainstream nowadays. But like, think about it. 15 years ago, when Suicide Girls kicked off, it was a big deal for women to go on the internet and undress and speak up and have a tattoo. It was a big deal for women to walk outside and have purple hair. That put them. The people would compartmentalize them into being alternative women because of that.
Yeah.
When in reality they were just finding their own beauty. And thank goodness for Missy, who was like, hey, these women aren't being celebrated anywhere. They're not on the cover of any magazines. The only things on the cover of magazines right now are Kate Moss and Pamela Anderson, and that's the only thing that was beautiful at the time. So I'm just, excited to be part of something that actually has helped, kind of evolve beauty over the last decade, for sure.
Are Suicide Girls fans of Kim Kardashian?
We have a lot of Suicide Girls that are fans of Kim Kardashian. I mean, they're all individuals. They all have their own opinions. But at the end of the day, that's the whole idea. Is there's all kinds of beauty out there, and we celebrate all of it and not just one thing. And we're all about natural beauty too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, we have over 3,000 women from every continent, including Antarctica.
What do you mean natural? No funny tits.
Well, there are some. That's a body mod, you know.
Yeah.
A body modification.
Uh-huh.
Was that short for that? See how I figured that out?
Yeah, that was pretty clever right there. You got that.
Yeah, and while we do have a lot of suicide girls that have a lot of body modifications, no matter what they may be, actually most of them, that's the cool thing, is like most of them actually are their bodies are pretty 100% natural, and that's what we like to celebrate, is just really love who you are, and you know, it's your choice and your body, and that's how we go.
You know what I'm not a fan of is arse implants.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. That's hard.
I can't imagine sitting on those.
Well, that's it. Having your knockers
Yeah.
done, that's okay because you're not really pressing on them.
Right.
But when you're sitting and you're stretching, don't them things burst?
I would think that there's a lot of pressure on that, right?
I'm actually curious about that too. Like, right? So girls have to like redo their, their tatas. I don't know how often, but whatever. It's something that does have to has maintenance to it. Like, I wonder how long your booty would last.
Well, they do injections. They do injections now. That's the new thing. Not actually putting a silicone.
I think the sad part is like
balloon in there.
it took me years to like I really wasn't a huge fan of my body, which is like it's so sad for women to ever even feel that way. But I was like, oh, I'm too curvy. Oh, it's too much. There's cellulite here. Oh no. And it's like, meanwhile, all these women were like, hello, hello. Like, I want that booty. And to walk into Suicide Girls and have like all these models go, I wish I had your butt, it was so refreshing because I never allowed myself to even appreciate it. But the funny thing is nowadays, beauty's changing, and not only just because of things like Suicide Girls, but also look at the women that we admire nowadays. Look, it's not the Kate Mosses, now it's the Beyoncés.
Right.
So that's why all these women are really now. I'm so
Curves.
excited to celebrate bodies like mine, curvy bodies. That's exciting, but also reminding women that you're all beautiful. And that
It's all a matter of taste, what you like.
Exactly.
I believe dudes with little members like skinny birds. That's my theory.
Really?
Yeah.
Only little members?
They have little members who like little skinny girls.
Huh.
I could be wrong. But in the 50s, it was very hip to be curvy. Hourglass.
Exactly.
And then the
that's why,
60s
Like Jane
started.
Mansfield and all that?
Then 60s with Twiggy.
Yeah.
And it was all about skinny clothes hanging off you.
we were just going through like a bunch of old Playboys too, and just looking at what was celebrated and what was popular at the time.
Hair,
and
downstairs hair.
That's coming back,
Right?
That's a
I
big
don't
comeback.
mind it. I don't mind it. I don't like the shave thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Never have, no.
Why not?
I just, not my
It's
thing.
not your thing?
Everything looks like chickens and turkeys. I'm not a fan.
I'm an equal opportunist on the downstairs area.
A little bit's all right. A little bit. That's just me. It's just me. I'm not the authority on things. I'm just talking my personal
No,
thing.
hey.
And I like bubble
me
butts.
too. Let me see.
Thick calves.
I love a good bubble butt.
Oh, it's the best.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
So something to grab onto for me.
Yeah, it's good. So what you got going on? You got a show coming up.
We've
haven't
got the Blackheart Burlesque show. It's a live show. It's like Comic-Con meets nerd, or Comic-Con nerd sort of cosplay burlesque. It's at the Terragram Ballroom on April 14th, and everybody should come out.
Yes, we cannot wait. We're kicking off our show here in Los Angeles, and we have a lot of fun new numbers in the show. So our show is pretty fun. Basically, we do burlesque, but we do it with a whole other twist. So we celebrate cult classics and, just nerdy anthems. And, you have girls in cosplay, just bearing it all on stage. It's a really good time.
And Sunny sings.
Do you, Sonny?
Yep.
Go on, give us a couple of notes. Quick, you're on Snapchat. Sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Quick,
I'll give you guys a quick preview.
Pardon. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Wait. Let me get these
Okay.
glasses. You ready?
Sure.
And action.
I wanna do what the people do. I wanna see 'em banking, walking around with those, what do you call those, sir? Oh,
Nuts.
balls.
Oh, you got that right in on 10 seconds.
That was my goal.
Good job, kid. Should we play some music?
Sonny's a professional.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Let's play some. I picked out a couple of songs. This is Suicide. Cherry by Suicide.
Perfect.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Jonesy's Jukebox, Cal OS, with my guest, the Suicide Girls. Take it away, son. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on Cal OS. That was Iggy Pop, track called Fun Time from the album The Idiot. Then we had the New York Dolls from their first album. That track was called Bad Girl. Then we had Suicide, beautiful song called Cherie. And we have the Suicide Girls, Missy and Sonny on the box. We just got to give away some stuff. What you got, Sheldon?
Yeah, we're going to qualify a couple more people for the $1,000 cash drop. We'll take caller number 25 and caller number 50 at 800-955-KLOS. They're in the running for the cash drop, which happens Friday mornings at 8 a.m.
All right. How are you, ladies?
We're doing really good.
Amazing.
You
We're
having
here
fun?
with you.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at a Suicide Girls Russia the other day.
Uh-huh. We have like a lot of girls in Russia.
Yeah, and some of them are pretty hot.
Yeah, Jane Sinner's amazing.
Jane Sinner.
Yeah.
So what?
She's got one of the best abs sections that I've ever seen on any
She's got
body.
no body fat, no body fat.
No body fat.
Kind of like me.
Yes, exactly like you.
You look at me and you would kind of think that's Jane Sinner, right?
Yeah,
there.
I'm like, that's a very Jane Sinner body.
Yeah. I got it. So listen, let's give you another plug. Black Heart Burlesque, April 14th at the Telegram Ballroom.
Yes, everybody should get tickets soon because it's going to sell out. And
What happens there? Okay, I walk in the door. What happens? What do I do?
It's a really great time.
well, it depends if you're a VIP or not.
Do I wear a raincoat?
Actually, there was a run of our show where you might have needed to bring a raincoat. There was everything from whiskey, blood, and cake being thrown at you from the stage. We try to keep it a little neater nowadays, but just as fun, messy on stage. But we always suggest people to purchase VIP tickets for the show only because it's such a treat. First of all, a lot of these venues sell out, so you get like first come, first serve as far as where you sit down. But the coolest part is you get to meet the girls before the show. So you come in and you meet a group of 6 awesome Suicide Girls, and you get to talk to them about the show. You get like a little sneak peek on what's about to happen. And you get to photograph with them, and you get to share that and show that you got to see these girls before they got on stage. So, and get to stand up right up front, in front of the stage. So it's pretty much the way to go. But other than that, when you walk into the show, you don't know what to expect. And no matter how much people research the show and see us streaming on social media, see us rehearsing for months, they don't really realize what kind of experience they're getting into until they get in there and they realize, like, holy crap, all of my favorite cult classics just came to life on stage. And then it was a bunch of Suicide Girls. You know, it's pretty nice to merge those worlds for people.
And it can be a life-changing experience, too. I mean, talk about how when you came to see the show.
Oh my goodness. When I came to see the show back in 2013 when it had kicked off again after being on hiatus for years. And
She was an audience member.
Yes. I had been doing burlesque in New York for years, and I did a few similar cosplay things, and I just always went by Sunny as like an alias because I was like, oh, am I ever going to even be able to, do anything if I do burlesque? And then all of a sudden it became like a big, important part of my life. And as soon as I saw that Suicide Girls was coming into town in stormtrooper helmets and doing burlesque, I bought tickets for me and all of my friends. I went to the show. I got way too hammered. I drank way too much whiskey.
Oh, You're a bad girl.
It was I think at one point I actually walked through the audience with a tray of shots for my friends, and I kid you not, I just
drunk
gave
them all.
up because the
You
crowd was
drunk
so
them
tight. I drank them all. I really did. And as soon as I did that, somebody moved aside, and my friends were right there, and I was like, so.
So what's the difference between Playboy and Suicide Girls? Suicide Girls is run by women, right? Playboy was by chauvinistic pigs. Is that basically the difference? Or is it the same?
I mean, just like we were saying earlier, it was just basically for Suicide Girls. It was just we were celebrating a beauty that just wasn't being celebrated on other platforms. That's, but you know,
Yeah.
You
I mean,
mean
the
you mean
Playboy's-
mainstream magazines?
Exactly.
Where everything. Do you guys do a lot of touching up? You know, like on Instagram, all the
that's
birds
the other thing.
are all touched up. You see them in person. You're like, you're that same girl on Instagram. You look completely
Exactly.
different.
That's
Yeah.
like a big deal for us.
Yeah, we have mostly. That's what she meant by natural. Like we don't
Oh,
have.
I see.
Yeah, we don't have like touched up.
I gotcha.
I mean, we'll do a little teeny
little
tiny.
bit.
Yeah, but nothing like.
But not when
we don't
you're
do reconstructive
unrecognizable.
surgery.
Never.
Exactly.
I mean, the touch-ups I see happen in our editing process when it comes to our photographs is literally like, I had a huge bug bite today that it isn't there all the time. Let's get rid of that. You know, like it's like, and
Yeah.
even then, sometimes we miss those things because the shot is just so flawless already. Why even touch it?
It's the norm these days. Everybody touches their faces up, even if you're not a model or whatever. It's like the
actually-
normal thing to do.
Facetune is a plague.
The most,
Yeah.
yeah, the most successful Suicide Girls do the most natural, if anything, no makeup for their sets that they
Yeah,
photograph,
yeah.
and that's and like, you know, we were talking about earlier, like even like Curry women were the big deal in the 50s and 60s, and like that's where like Missy's inspiration came from when Betty Page was being photographed during her Florida years, as opposed to like all the other amazing photographs she took her entire career that we all loved and we all still celebrate. But when she really came through as this beautiful model is because she was being photographed by a woman. What was her name again, Missy?
Bunny Yeager. And it was so incredible because there was just something so natural about the way that she was posing. Like she wasn't like putting on the sexy for a man. It was, you know, like Bunny Yeager took the shot either a second before or a second after a man would have taken the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah. Idiots. Men, they don't know.
They don't know what's hot.
Fools. Look at them. Walking dildos, walking around. They have no idea. Are we playing some more music? What we got there? Got a bit of David Bowie. Guess what this song's called? Rock and Roll Suicide.
Oh, it's a theme.